Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set, ready. 10 Tucson. They're running it. Ready, go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Here we go, G.
After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. 9 yards on the gain there, so from second and 19, now we've got a third and 10.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So now an early third and 10 here on their opening drive.
Check pass. Check pass.
They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here we go. Here we go. 6 yards. Check 56. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Small. Mike 56. Mike 56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Out of his end zone, Brissett. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Here we go.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. First and 10 at the 14. Here's Brissett. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Sanders. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
39-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. Here's Brissett. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
You think you're going to get this?
On On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Pick me up.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. This is caught. It's Cooks. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
To Brandon Cooks. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Chopper. Give me that ball, defense.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Get ready.
Bears nothing.
Come on, set.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Pilot 64, weak. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7.
That ties the game. Sam Martin set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Short kick is taken at the 23. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really looked good.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 yards. 56. Hot 7. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
On third down,
They're
Brissett.
not ready for this. They still
Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted.
Y'all playing the wrong
Picked
football.
off at the 38. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
So Mike's number 1. Mike's number 1. All day, just like that.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears have taken the lead. Now for the point after.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
The score, Bears 14, Eagles 7. Sam Martin set to kick off.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Short kick. It's taken to the 23.
All day, baby, all day.
1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Ready.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch the screen. Pass. Let it go.
On the bootleg, it's Brissett. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, there was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
56. Check 56. Watch the run. Watch the run.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways. But right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the 2nd quarter. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check 26. Check 26. General, West.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
One of the advantages of zone defenses, I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Parker unable to get that one. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Watch the mic. Watch one. Watch one. Let's put them on. Protein spill. Put that team on the bus. Undercrunch. 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 Wide. 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 Get wide. Alpha.
2nd and 10. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 10 yards out as the Bears push further out in front. The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Short kick is taken at the 23. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
We own this.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
At their own 34-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But he's going to do that. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing on second down. Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roquan Smith, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Brissett, he's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Orbit. 56.
Down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Under 10.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Roquan Smith in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Now Brissett. He's going to look deep down the field, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that gets him back within 10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They try again with Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready, 50, click. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Ready, go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
43-yard line. This is our time. This is our time, guys. Ready, go.
2nd and 11. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player, not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
56 the mic, boys. 56.
Here's Brissett. Here we go. And that's complete to Cooks. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down.
It's a gain of 14.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like them crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 yards. 56. Hey, we got to get this stuff. Trot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brissett. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Elliott good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Eagles 20. Jake Elliott to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards as the Bears push further out in front. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roquan Smith in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Roquan Smith, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. The throw is Brissett. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Short.
Now Brissett on 4th down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal.
Here we go again.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Pull it together. Back.
2nd and 6. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing. No pass interference. The hit jars it loose, and now they force them into a decision. Do you go for it on fourth down?
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Fletcher Cox, and the Eagles defense able to hold. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hand.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roquan Smith in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On first and 10, Brissett.
Keep it up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Watch that.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 44. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, and you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed and being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Here we go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. They'll drop the throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Back to throw now on second and 10. Wilson's got it complete. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Complete to number 80.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Again, he'll drop the throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
I'm coming after you.
From 10 yards out as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. You can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing, Brissett. They shakes it off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Come on, Lot. We better than that.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
What we got? $56 to Mike.
Brissett to throw for it on fourth. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it looks like the Bears are going to win the football game.
Ready. 8, read. Coming. 57 to Mike. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
We got this.
And this is taken in by Wilson for a Bears touchdown.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
In for the score as the Bears push further out in front.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments in this one. To throw again on second down, Brissett. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Hill, the intended receiver, once again. They'll run on first down. Sanders. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Come on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
Brissett sets to throw it. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Hill, the intended receiver, once again. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Chicago, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.